In the house.
Wait. Spider-Man fans don't like to see Super Mario? Instagram ain't got no love for Luigi? And Mario? I don't play games? You don't play games? Well, alright then. Woohoo! YouTube, it's me Mario and a Pounds 978. YouTube, welcome back to another Pounds 978 custom. I'm sorry, I had to do that. This isn't a Spider-Man custom. This is a Mario action figure review from Jack Specifics. Here's fire, bro. I do have a couple Mario guys. Some I was able to acquire on my own, but a lot of them came from my buddy Thomas Pacheco. Around February, he and his son wrote me this really cool letter and had some action figures inside the box and just told me his son was a big fan of the channel and wanted to give me these figures, and I felt very grateful. I still am very grateful, so thank you, Thomas. And I do owe you a favor. Don't worry, I didn't forget. But these are the figures. Some of the figures are what he sent me, and other figures I ended up buying after having this small collection because my son and I are Mario fans. Come on, Mario. Consecutive jumps. There you go. Let's go. So ever since having these, every time we see Mario now, he wants to get a new Mario guy. And I am missing a few. I can't find them. I have a Boo somewhere. I have a little Bowser somewhere. I don't know where they are right now. But for the most part, these are probably my favorite. I need a regular Luigi. I need a Fire Mario. I need a Peach. I need a Bowser. I need a Goomba. I'll take a Bullet Bill. There's a lot of things I'll have. I mean, I don't really care for any more Marios like Raccoon Mario or Mario with the power-ups. Just a Fire Mario and a regular Luigi to kind of reverse these guys up. I also got these Mario collectibles. Got them at GameStop for like $3 on clearance and then half off clearance. So I couldn't pass up on Mario and Luigi. Come on, man. And even though Luigi is pretty much Mario in Luigi colors, that's what he was in the first game. And here's Raccoon Mario from Mario 3. Great games. I don't know what it is. I have this attachment to Mario. I think since being a little boy, the only thing my dad ever got me was a Nintendo. And on that Nintendo was Super Mario 1, Track and Field, and Duck Hunt all in one cartridge. I had the power pad. Here's Metal Mario from Mario 64, I believe. He first came out. Mario 64 was another highlight of mine. Mario 3 is a favorite game. Mario World, Super Mario 3, and Mario 60. All these games are great, honestly. Odyssey, Galaxy. But 64 was definitely a highlight. I remember when that came out, the console, it was around Christmas time. It sold out. Here's Mario Odyssey. The console sold out. Only one friend out of like 20 friends we had was able to get it for Christmas. His name was Brian. Shout out to you. We all hovered around his TV just to watch him play Mario 64. We never got a chance. We just was happy watching him. And now that I think about it, that was the early days before YouTube. That was like YouTube, except we all had to be at your house watching the video game. Where on YouTube, kids just watch people from across the country on a screen. But it is the same nonetheless. You're watching someone else play video games. Here's Toad. Like little Toad, you gotta have Toad if you have Mario because he's always all over the place. He's always been a mascot for the Super Mario games. Mario 2 is probably when he did the most damage. He picked up really fast, and that was the only time Toad was ever utilized until recently. Now he has the game, what's it called? I can't even think of the game name. Toadster Strudel. No, that's not the name of the game. I forgot, honestly. Articulation isn't great. It is pretty fair, though, for this figure. You can get him in some cool poses. I don't want to call him dynamic. You can't. I mean, Mario doesn't do much. He jumps and he runs and he crouches. You can get him in a running somewhat pose. Head does turn left and right. Doesn't go up and down. The shoulder goes up. It doesn't really turn much than that. I mean, it has a 360 spin, but it's really hard to kind of use. You get a single jointed elbow. It's effective. You get a wrist swivel, no hinge. Not necessary. No articulation for the waist. No waist swivel, no ab crunch, no diaphragm joint. you get a single jointed knee and a little bit of thigh movement. You may be able to rotate the thigh, but not much, honestly. Your legs don't kick up or back too much. You probably kick back a little better. You can raise one knee, lift the arm up, and make it appear as if he's jumping in celebration of getting a star or a moon or whatever you want to do. I see now that they are selling some cool background displays that you can put together, and I think that's pretty awesome. But that's all there is for articulation. No boot, no none of that. So I'm not going to run through all the articulation with all these figures, only the ones that kind of need it. The Mario and Luigi's are all the same. So whatever I showed you now, picture all that articulation with Luigi and the other Marios. The fire, though, pretty cool. Looks just like the fire from the video game, the fire flower. Once you get that, you turn into Fire Mario. Sculpted all green, painted a little orange and yellow. Looks good. Mario and Luigi do scale up. Mario is shorter and a little chubbier than Luigi is. Luigi's taller. You do see I have the Fire Luigi and not a Fire Mario, though. Might have said that a couple times already, but I need a Fire Mario or a regular Luigi. Shh. I don't know what's up with this combination, but even in these guys, I got a regular Mario and a Fire Luigi. I don't have a Fire Mario or a regular Luigi. What is it? What is it? What's going on? I don't get the luck to get the other brother, man. So I'll have to find Luigi eventually. It's not a big deal. It's not like it's a big check on my list, but it's going to bug me that I don't have the other brother. It's like having one shoe and not the other. Hey, that rhymes. A Koopa Troopa. You got to have a Koopa Troopa and a Goomba, which I don't have. But you got to at least have a Koopa Troopa. And I got one that flies, and that's pretty cool. It looks very accurate to the game, and I think it looks pretty neat. The wings do articulate a little bit, so you can spin them and push them back and forth. The head does turn a little bit. You do get some up and down motion on it. Has a neck pivot or neck joint. Arms do raise about the same as Mario's. Same with the elbow. You get that single jointed elbow and a wrist swivel. No hinge. No waist swivel for this guy as well. Legs about the same as Mario's, except you get a knee swivel there, and then you get an ankle hinge and swivel. So you get a little more articulation with the Koopa Troopa than you do with Mario or Luigi. So I find that to be pretty neat. But even neater, who says that? But this guy's even cooler. I thought the Koopa Troopa was pretty dope, but then when I saw this dry bones, I was like, dang, he's a must-have, and has a little bit more articulation with this mouth moving up and down. So I thought it looked pretty awesome. You get the shell painted. And again, the accuracy of this is pretty well. The paint job on these black lines, they're really clean. I mean, there's a couple parts that look a little fuzzy, but that's nothing to really complain about. You are getting a pretty accurate figure with pretty decent articulation for the price. I think these guys are like $10, $11. I'm not sure exactly. But having one and another is awesome. So like having Mario and Luigi, you gotta have a Koopa Troopa and a Dry Bones or a red shell Koopa Troopa. That would be awesome. And before I forget, we get a star here, power up star. It doesn't hang from anywhere, so it's kind of useless, but it is nice to have. It's a cool little thing. Same with this block. You can probably find a way to suspend it in the air and have Mario jump in a display if you're really clever. Believe it, I know you can do it. Then I have this Mario Odyssey figure mixed with the, I think, Mario 64. Could be Mario Galaxy. But I know this for sure is Odyssey. He has Cappy. Doesn't quite fit on his head. It's not intended to be put on his head, which sucks. It should have been able to go on his head. But whatever. You can put it on his finger. But both Marios are essentially the same. One having a little more sculpt than the other and not being able to put his hat on. Probably even a little slimmer in the body. But articulation-wise, they both have the same points of articulation, aka not much, but just enough, just enough. The hairs are different. The one on the Odyssey is a bit more sculpted. You can see one's from 2018, the other is from 2015. But both figures resemble each other. Again, slight differences. If I had to have one, I'd probably have the one with the hat on. The paint jobs are different too. The one on the right seems a little more red. Then we got a Fire Bro. I believe we bought this one, Fire Bro, cousin to the Hammer Bro, but pretty cool. Comes with the fire accessory. It's painted really nice. Has this nice soft fade. Must be airbrushed, of course, but I definitely like it. The action figure looks pretty awesome too. And last but not least, the Piranha Plant, probably one of the coolest out of a lot of the ones I have. It's kind of unique, and it's definitely a nice figure. The mouth opens and closes. The teeth are pretty sharp. It looks exactly like the Piranha Plant. The only thing about it, it just doesn't go up and down the tunnel. It's always in this position, but it is pretty cool. Reminds me of what's the plant's name from Little Shop of Horrors? Feed me, Seymour. But YouTube, that is it. That is my Super Mario collection from Jack Specifics. Very excited for Super Mario Maker 2 coming out Friday. If you guys are excited, let me know. Give a guy a thumb up. Comment down below what you're excited for. Let's make some levels. Pass them on to me. Feel free to share this video around with your friends. Subscribe if you want to see more content, and I'll see you on the next one. Most likely Friday.